morning. Again here in the forest. I found a different space because I want to fly manual, and I practiced a lot this week, but I found a nice place where you have some trees that you can fly through. So I will try to do that without crashing, of course, but I will first start flying with the motion controller. Then I will explain some of the settings I do for the when I fly manual, and also how did I practice this week for manual, because last week when you saw my video I was not able to do anything with the controller. I already did a small video this week to show you that I was able to fly with it. I still crash a lot. It starts to feel a little bit more natural. So let's start this one up, fly a little bit first. By the way, if you can see, I also have my camera here so I can film the things I do, hopefully. This is the first time I test this thing. Put it on sport. So I did not fly with this thing for the last week because I'm now flying with the manual only. You can see there are some gaps here in the trees. I'm able to fly through. Let's go up a bit to see, because the sun is probably coming out this morning. Let's see. Still a little bit cloudy, but there's something that looks like sun there. Also saw the moon this morning. That's already gone. So yeah, normally I'm standing there in the morning. Remember to put the antenna out. Let's go back here. So what did I do? First of all, like I would recommend you all to do, is watch some videos of others do this. And so how did they do manual flying, learn manual flying, and what did they use? So I found a video, I will share a link, I found very useful, and that explained a lot about how you can do the rates, what are the rates, why do you need the rates, and one thing also that's very important, the angle. Normally when you fly a normal drone, you fly like a 0 degree, and if you want to see a different angle, you modify that. But when you fly manual, you have to fly in another, like you tilt your drone forward, so you always also have to tilt your camera a little bit up, so otherwise you would be flying face down and you would only see the ground, and that's not what you want, of course. If I looked at the video, he explained me the rates, and at this moment I don't care what they actually mean, but he gave me a good guide for the beginners. I will also show you in the turn on the when I put the other one on my head. I will also show you, oh, the fun thing with this controller is you can hover really easily. When I do manual, this is the most difficult thing, to stand still. So I will show you the rates when I have my remote, my remote 3 connected, so you can actually see what rates I use. Let's fly a little bit in the forest here because now I can. I think if I get better in this manual flying, then this is also possible with the other controller. But for now, I'm sure if I want to go into this forest, I will crash with the other ones, because making sure the controller is steady and straight is really difficult. And what do they use? So I indeed installed Steam and Liftoff. And I went into the simulators with the same settings, so you can transfer the settings of your controller to Liftoff. And I put them in so they are equally comparable to the controller. And I chose a Neo 2 profile for the drone. And then I started practicing. And of course, in the beginning, you crash a lot. And that's also nice when you do this with the simulator. Yeah, because the simulator, it's really easy, because you press on the R, you can restart. And you don't have to do anything there. So yeah, those were the things, and especially the practicing. I practiced a lot on the simulator, but I also practiced a lot in the field already. So I went out every day for an hour. Oh, not an hour, because I don't have that much battery capacity. So I went out for 30 minutes and then did do some practicing. Also, my son was involved in that. He was also trying out, and he also really enjoys this manual flying. He picks it up way faster than me, but yeah, that's normal. He's way younger. So yeah, I think I explained everything. I already trained the first battery. Oh, it was not even clicked in correctly. I switched the controller now. I find two things really difficult. Taking off directly in manual. You can also take off in normal, but I tried to practice it to take off in manual directly. Won't talk about all the bends and turns that I also found difficult, because those I have to practice, but also the landing. So for the landing, I now learned to press the brake button, then it's automatically put on normal. And by that you can normally fly and land. So that makes the landing a little bit easier, because the first time I did do a landing, I let it drop from 5 meters high, and that's probably not how you should do it. There is probably a better way to land, but yeah, that's also practice, I think. I put it in manual. When you want to start it, make sure the throttle is down, and then you can double click on this one. Of course, the brake is here, always remember that, and then you can fly. So let's try to start without crashing. I'm up. So let's point it to me, put it in brake, and let's explain first something. Oh, brake. Yes. I forgot where the button was. So I'm recording so I can show you stuff. So first of all, when you go into the settings and you go to control, you have the remote controller. And of course, I already put the button correctly. If you go to Game and Expo, these are my settings. And I won't explain them yet, because I really don't understand exactly what they mean. So I will do that in a later video, but this was to make it easier to fly, so you have more control in the middle. I also disabled the N mode altitude limit, because then you can do rolls. I do not do rolls yet, but yeah, these are the settings. And of course, it starts recording right away when I start doing this. So let's first fly a bit. Green. A little bit dark still. Ah, I see the sun. Let's go up a bit. There is a sun this morning. Oh, this is nice. And there's a lot of fog, and that's also very nice. So let's put the brake on and watch this a little bit. So when I did do the flying 3 weeks ago, first time in the morning, I thought, oh man, so really nice. I can see the sun and the cloudy. And yeah, now you see it again. But 2 weeks ago, there was only fog. Yeah, it was really wet. It was not that nice to see, but yeah, also a learning experience. Last week I only had a clouded sky, and now I have a really nice sky. And of course, I forgot the Mini 5 again, because I thought maybe I have no sun, so why take it? But this is nice. So hopefully we also will have some sun down here. And let's go back to manual. Yes, manual again. Let's come back to here. I need to get a bit smoother in flying like this. Let's try to see if I can fly through the trees without crashing. Of course, I crashed. Can I recover? I can recover. Oh, that was a hard impact. Let's see if the drone is still okay. So I enabled the beeping to find it. Luckily, you have those protectors here, because this was a hard crash, man. Let's see if it still flies. Battery communication error. Let's turn it off and on. Yeah, the battery came out a bit, so I clicked it, so it probably will work again. Let's see. No errors. Let's go to manual. Let's turn it on. Yes, it flies again. So there was a hard hit, but it still flies. Okay. I will retry. Try to fly a little bit slower. Yes. It's a little bit scary because I tend to overcorrect things still. Oh, nice, the sun. Let's make it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, it's not that. I'm still practicing it, so I won't do very scary stuff. And of course, you first have to try to fly it in the simulator. Oh, 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 oh. I want to take a slow turn, but that was too slow. Let's try it again. Yes, that was nice. Slide a little bit to there and see if I can see the sun a little bit better. And that looks nice. So it's a little bit cloudy, but there are sunbeams. This morning when I stood up, I still saw the moon, but that's gone already. Let's try to fly a little bit lower, not too low. It's a low battery, so let's return. Like I said, we fly it back. So if you have tip on how to learn the landing and what's the best way to do it, I now use the brake button. So I can fly in manual mode, in normal mode I mean. It flies like a normal drone. A nice first flight. Like you see, in a week I'm already able to do some really nice stuff. I can fly through gaps. I still can't fly through that forest. So what happens when you fly the drone? Normally when you use a static drone, a normal drone, you fly like this most of the times. And your camera is looking forward, so directly in front, and that's fine. But when you fly in FPV, when you want to go forward, you have to push it like this. So it will fly like this. And that's the same as in the normal drone, but the normal drone will auto-correct this position by tilting the camera. So for FPV, you have to I put it in a 25-degree angle. So at some speed you will always look forward. And that's nice, because then you see where you go. But if you brake, because this is in a fixed position, the drone will go there and the camera will look in the air. So, and that's what I find difficult, because how do I know when it's standing still then? Yeah, of course you can look in the corner to see your speed. But yeah, I'm too busy doing other stuff. I'm looking what the drone does. So that makes it a little bit difficult to get used to, yeah, lowering your speed. So yeah, let's put in the third battery and also the last battery and fly a little bit more. But I think this is a nice spot for these things. So I need to find a better place later on to do more maneuver. I also want to, of course, learn the flips and the loops, but yeah, not for now. I will first practice those in the simulator, and when I can do those, I will come back in the field somewhere and do those. I first want to control it a little bit more, and if I can do that, I can also do the other stuff. It's back up. Hopefully this camera is still recording so you can see my hands and see what I do, because I can't see what it films. So put it down again, start the motor. So the starting up is getting easier. And you can, by the way, also start up in normal mode and then switch that in the air. But I found that a little bit tedious. Also fly here. So I tend to start up like that. Let's see what speed it does. 50, 55. Oh, let's also try to fly. Nice. Oh. Let's come in from the other side now. This I find a little bit more difficult. Oh. I can already explained in the video last week or this week, my left turns are easier than my right turns because I practice my left turns more. So maybe I have to do a whole morning practicing right turns. Oh, no. So I'm able to correct myself, but I want to fly through the gaps. Also, when you see me standing in the camera, I'm making all kinds of movement to correct the drone, but that of course does not do anything. And at the end, it makes me dizzy. Nice sun. So I am now almost hovering. They are all really subtle movements. And of course it's really not steady, so I watched some other YouTubers who also make these nice FPV movies. Of course they have a way better drone than the Neo 2. Neo 2 is a nice drone, but of course not the quickest drone. If you have the FPV drones, they really have much more power than this. But for learning, the Neo 2 I think is a really good drone. It's expensive, or it's not expensive. It's really cheap. If you're flying to a tree like I did, yeah, nothing happens. So also, you're not that scared of trying. But the downside, of course, of the Neo 2 is the battery life. So you can practice everything you like. Oh, let's try to keep myself up straight. So probably my drone won't crash. I will crash because of all the things I do. Oh, yes, I corrected it. Yeah, let's enjoy the view of the sun one more time because the battery will drain out very quickly. Let's go up. Yeah. Oh, it automatically switched to normal when you go too high. Also, my battery is empty. Let's enjoy them. Let's push the... I don't know. Oh, I have no clue where the return home button is. So let's fly down. Oh, it automatically goes into return to home. Let it fly down. And then I will take over and land myself. You also don't see the green beam in this goggle view. They apparently never built that. It was a nice, good morning. We had sun again. So next week I will go to England and hopefully find some nice spots to fly there. I think it's a really nice spot I found here now to do the practicing. Oh man, I will turn the camera around. There's a deer looking at me from there. I don't know if you can see it. We'll tilt the camera up. He's wondering, what the heck is he doing there? Hope you can see it. Really nice. Good morning, enjoy your business. He's really interested in what I'm doing. yeah, I hope you saw it. So when I was standing there, I wanted to show the sun. All of a sudden I saw a deer looking straight at me. It's also nice living close to a forest, you see stuff like that. But yeah, it was a beautiful morning. Luckily I did it because I was doubting, because I wanted to film the moon yesterday. But the moon, yeah, was not showing because there were too much clouds. So I thought maybe I stand up in the morning again, and again I will have not so nice weather. But yeah, like I said, I will go on the holiday next week. I will go to England. I also already made a video on me requesting my certificate to be able to fly in the UK. In the UK, there is a different law for flying with drones than in the Netherlands. I'm also able there to fly at night because that's allowed. You have to have the green lights. My Mini 5 has that, the flickering green light on the bottom. So you're able to see the drone. So hopefully I can make some nice videos there. And of course I will continue practicing my FPV skills. Because, to be honest, I really like it. I enjoy flying FPV. I enjoy flying normal mode drones, but there's something about flying in manual, so you need to have the full control. So yeah, let's wrap up. Go home, get some coffee, and make a video out of this, and I'll see you in the next video.